Sure. It's very complicated. Okay. So, coming out story. Well, I didn't come out until I was older. Because here I was, here in Rhode Island already. I didn't know until I met my wife. So that was we met in 79. Didn't like each other at all. We really are very different. She's from a farm. I'm from New York in the suburbs. I had dogs as pets. She had cattle. Cattle. Grew up with no bathroom until the 8th grade in her house. One of my favorite stories about her, that she did not have an indoor toilet until the 8th grade. And 2 years later, we were lovers and partners, and it wasn't. I think the only thing that was interesting about my coming out was that I was still with my former partner, who was a guy who was gay. So at that point, anyway, and this was my childhood friend. So we were going through all these kinds of, like, who are you, who am I? We were kind of each other's transitional people. So it was very complicated that way. But both my wife and my Michael were dearest friends. So actually my fun coming out part was as I was falling in love with Ruthie, and I was telling Michael about what was happening for me. He said to me, well, kiss her. Because I didn't, even though all my friends in the feminist movement, I didn't feel like, I didn't know what to do. It was Michael that I could talk to about it, being my best friend. And I couldn't lie to him. And, we were going through this experience together. It was he and I that went to Pride together. And so they became best of friends as well. So it was a lovely family for a long while.
You can't drink with a mask. Go by, go by, please. We're in a pandemic. You can't drink with a mask.
Oops. Yikes. Oh, man. Brings out the best and the worst.
But how nice that you had such a good friend that you could be honest and open with.
Yes.
Very lucky.
I was very lucky. I feel very blessed. And and I've been an activist my whole life, so that takes a lot for my partner to put up with. And she's not. I mean, she's political and certainly stands very much to the left, but is not. She's at every march and all that, but she's not an organizer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot. As you would know, you're an organizer.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot.
I was thinking that the other day that I've never met your partner. And I've been around for a little while.
Yeah.
And then you've been around for...
Yeah, forever. That's all right. You can say it. I know I'm getting old. It's funny. You might have seen her, and maybe didn't introduce her. She's a foot taller than me. Well, next time you'll meet her. But she's not an organizer. She's and would really, it's time to rest. But I don't really feel that.
Yeah.
It's just not. And you probably see it as an organizer yourself. It's hard to get out of organizing.
Yeah. Well, I feel like when you can do good, you do the good.
You do the good, as John Lewis would say. Good trouble.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.